passage in the gospel today is very well known and good, and always a good timing, you know. We always feel like we're going through some storm in life, especially now with all the different chaos in the news and media, and it's always good to look at this, not just with the physical, literal sense, but just also the spiritual sense, so we can apply it to our lives, every generation. And so just think of this as we walk through. Jesus, they just got done ministry. He just got done with his long sermon on the mountain. Matthew chapter 5, 6, 7, and so here we are in chapter 8 now, and down the mountain, and they're going to the other side now to get a little break. So Jesus is going. He has asked his disciples in the gospel, and you and me, come follow me, come follow me, come follow me. So here's the disciples. Jesus gets into a boat, so they follow him into the boat, and there's a violent storm comes up. You ever follow Jesus and he leads you into a storm? You say, what's happening, Lord? What is this? Did I make the right decision? Today so they got to follow him physically. Today we could say, I thought I was following you, and look where it led me. Did I follow you the right way? The right place? They're in this boat following Jesus, and a storm comes up on the sea. Jesus is asleep. He's exhausted. So now if you're like me, you're practical, and when a problem comes, you say, let's find a solution, let's fix it, So a storm comes, fine. Okay, it's swamping the boat. Okay, fine. Let's find a bucket, right? We're finding the buckets. Let's get the water out of the boat faster than it's coming in. And you're working hard with your solution, and that's probably what these disciples are doing, but they come to the point where it's not working. Their solution to the problem is not working. They can't fix it. They don't have any other solutions. So everything is collapsing and falling apart around them. And here, and this falling apart to the point that they're afraid they're going to die. That ever happened to you in your life? Problems come. You try to come up with solutions. Nothing's happening. Nothing's working. Nothing's fixing it. You can't fix the problem. Maybe it's with the business. Maybe it's with relationships in the family, or relationships in the workplace. And no matter what you do, you try so hard, and you just can't win. You can't fix the relationship. You just can't seem to fix the communication and the miscommunication, you could say, that's there, or the communication blocks. No matter what you're doing, these relationships are breaking down, the workplace is breaking down, your life is breaking down. Maybe you're looking for a job, and no matter what you do, you just can't find a job. Nobody. You go in, you're doing the interviews, and they're just not hiring you for some reason. You don't know why. They tell you, good job, great interview. And they choose somebody else. And now it's getting close to rent time, And you're saying, God, don't you care that I'm about to perish? I'm about to be kicked out on the street? Don't you care my relationships are dying? The family's falling apart? You ever been sick? Like really sick, where it hurts, I feel like you got hit by a truck. And there usually at some point where you look up and say, God, don't you care about my life? That I'm suffering so much? When are you going to heal me? When am I going to turn over? When am I going to recover from this? You ever came to that point in your life where you said, God, don't you care about me and what's happening around me? Welcome to the disciples in the gospel. And so in a sense, they do the right thing. They run to Jesus, right? But they run with that lack of faith. Don't you care about me? Don't you care that we're dying? Things are falling apart around me? Jesus always wants us to run to him, to turn to him in our life, no matter what we're facing. But he doesn't want us to come with this lack of faith. He doesn't want us to run and say, don't you care about me? Because of course he cares about us, right? He wants us to come with the faith that says, okay, Lord, I've tried everything I know to do, and my solutions are not working. That means, and I know you care about me, so that means you must have a better solution. There's something else you're planning to do that's just not on my mind yet, not on my radar. So what do you want to do about this situation? So that's how Jesus wants us to, in discipleship, he wants to train us to come to God with that attitude. Okay, God, I did, I tried my best. Because sometimes, God just wants us, okay, here's a problem, now you find a solution. And we work out the solution, and God's helping us, and it works. We fix it. But other times, no matter what we do, nothing will work. Those are the times when God's saying, I already have something else on my mind that I want to do. I'm just waiting for you to ask me what it is. Yeah, remember when Jesus went to the great crowds who were before him and the disciples? And it said that Jesus, he already knew what he was going to do to feed them, but he still decided to ask the disciples anyway, hey, go find enough food for these guys. And they're freaking out, right? There's not enough food for all this crowd. We don't have enough money for all this crowd. We can't fix this problem. Yeah? But he already knew. It says he already knew ahead of time what he was going to do. Right? So he's training them, and he's training us to go to him in those situations. I don't know what to do. What do you want to do? I have great faith in you, God. I have great faith in you that you care for my life. So what I'm trying is not working. So what do you want to try? What do you want to do? There's something on your mind. That's when he wants us to press in with prayer and seek his mind, his will. What are your ideas for solving this problem? And that could be a good lesson for us. Whether there's something in our personal, immediate life that we're struggling with, wrestling with, or we're just wondering, what the heck is going on in the world today? And we think, it's too big for my individual little self to fix. I individually cannot fix this huge problem, all these problems in the world today. That's not when we give up. That's not when we go hopeless. That's not when we say, don't you care about us, God? Of course he cares. That's when we press in with prayer. Okay, God, you've got something on your mind. You've got a solution on your mind. You already know what you're going to do to fix this. Help me to press in prayer so I'm open, listening, ready to hear what you want to do in this situation, so I can participate with you as you're fixing this. Only God can, there comes points in our life when only God can calm those storms. And so, let us just today turn to him with great faith, whether it's something in our family life or something in the world, and say, God, I know you care about us. How do you already plan to fix these problems?